Greetings all, Vanny here for Gemini's weekend message. So sorry, Gemini. The first card that came out for you is Discipline, Time. Initially it came out in reverse, and while I don't really read reversals of this deck, I do feel like some people might be a bit loose with their time and it not being put in the best places. Now, please do not feel like I am attacking you, Gemini, in any way. We have all had those periods where we just kind of fucked off for perhaps a little longer than we should have. But there is a time of joy, enjoyment, and frivolity like that. And there is a time of seriousness, structure, and focus. We have the outer core fluidity and creation water coming out for you. So maybe Gemini has felt like they've had a very structured and rigid schedule and feeling very suffocated with all of it. And similar to her stance here, in contrast to the relaxation of these other two cards, I almost feel like there may be some Geminis who have been in such a serious, structured, rough situation that they haven't had that time to express that creativity. Like, they have a secret talent for polymer clay sculptures, or you're really good at Minecraft builds, something like that. And it's just something that you really loved doing. It was help you unwind and makes you feel a lot better and more relaxed at the end of the day. But it's been a long time since you've been able to do that. And I feel like that tightness and anxiety in my chest that I feel when I'm feeling tense or I'm feeling so stressed out I can't focus, like, oh God, I've got a million things going on. I want you to take a breather, love, because if you were feeling like anything that I was just feeling, that gets exhausting very quickly. So please take a breather, because you will survive this. Yeah, lighten up. It's not all horribleness all the time. That might be a sad reality of the situation, but there's also a point of when we have to let go. Both of these cards have someone holding and releasing birds and watching what comes from that. That may be a prayer. That may be an intention. That may be something that you're just putting out there, like something you've worked on for a really long time, and you're just like, I don't know, is this even going to be accepted? Is this even going to be liked? Well, you won't know until you try. And yeah, something might get rejected, but it is also important that you did try. Checking in with how you're feeling and what your days are doing to you. How do you feel around certain people? How do you feel when you think about going to that engagement or that function or hanging out with these people? How do you actually feel? Because your body tells you so much through your emotions and pains and cues inside of your vessel that is trying to tell you things that are wrong, that are off. So like that anxiety and that dread that you get about going to that big function, it might not just be because there's a lot of people there. It might be because the function itself gives you a lot of anxiety and dread. And there's a lot of that tension that I was feeling earlier again. Yeah, I just cut the deck and release and reassess. Look, another image of the birds and another imagery of checking in and making sure you're okay. So I feel like we're going to need to do that at several points through the next few months, Gemini. Like every week, have some time to sit down with yourself. If you can sit down with someone else and talk it out with them, that would be great. I do that every Sunday with my mom, and we talk about our week, and it's very helpful. But just sit down, talk about the things that went good this week, talk about the things that went bad, see how you felt about the things that occurred. Look at the things that you maybe wanted to do but didn't have the time to, and maybe try to make a plan for that in the next week. You make the world a beautiful place. You make the world a better place by being beautifully, authentically you. And I love that we had all those imageries of the women with birds, and then we have, with brave wings she flies. And you are very brave, my love. Don't take the she as the indication like, oh, that's only meant for a woman. No. That is not how my readings work, dear. And that's not how spirit works. They speak to you through anything. As a man, you have divine feminine energy, and as a woman, I have divine masculine energy. It is just a fact of our existence. So please do not get caught up in the labels or the pronouns of it all. The energy is the energy, and the energy is support and love, guiding you to bravery and healing. Healing of yourself, healing of your heart. There might be dress-ups, things, occasions, events, things that you really just enjoy and want to go to. And I would hope that you would go to do those things, because it's your life to live. You have male ancestors watching out for you and watching over you. Dragonflies might appear in your life as we are coming into spring and summer. They are going to be out a lot more. And spirit uses their insects and creatures as such as messengers. Butterflies surround my house every time I am leaving, and I know that is my mom's squad watching over me. Dragonflies are always my male ancestors watching over me. And so when I see them, I thank my grandfathers, I thank my brother, I thank my uncle, anyone who is on that other side and watches over me from that sort of energy. I thank when I see those signs and symbols appear in my life. And the more you do, the more spirit sends them again and again and again. I just reached into the bag and I felt the book want to come out. You have a wonderful story to tell, and it may take a long time for you to find the proper words to say it, because I know you wouldn't want to speak out of anger. I know you wouldn't want to speak out of an energy of lack, and I know you wouldn't want to speak out of a place of extreme heightened emotion, because you might say something you don't truly mean. So in your healing, take your time, as much time as you need to release this pain, this guilt, this shame, this fear. Whatever it is that has disrupted your sense of stability and comfort has no place in you and must be released. And it is going to take time to put a pinpoint on what it is exactly that must be released. And it's going to be difficult because it is going to be your unique individual healing journey. It's not something you're unable to do, though, my love. Finding your way to heal, finding your way to cope and release is so important. And look into so many different ways. Not everyone is okay going to therapy. I know I wasn't. I am doing a healing journey on myself through introspection, guided meditations, affirmations, journaling, and a lot of fucking crying. But I can honestly say I'm at the happiest point I've ever been in my life, and I genuinely pray for your same happiness. Because it's few and far between, and when we have it, we cherish it. Have a beautiful day, Gemini.